Jenelle Evans has stirred up even more drama with a recent update on social media. The Teen Mom star is known for making controversial statements and bad decisions. In one of her recent Instagram story updates, she seemed to use a fellow Teen Mom star's son for clout and cash. So, what did Jenelle write and what's really going on with Bristol's son? Keep reading to find out. Bristol Palin opens up about what's happening with her son. There is no doubt that Jenelle Evans is known for sharing clickbait posts. In her latest cash grab, Jenelle posted a picture of her former co-star Bristol Palin with her son Trip. The caption she used made it seem like something awful had happened. In the Instagram story, she wrote, "Bristol Palin loses her son," accompanied by a heartbreak emoji. The link attached to the story leads to an article about Bristol's son moving out. Trip is going to relocate to a different high school so that he can be closer to his dad. The former Teen Mom OG star took to her own social media platforms to discuss the changes happening in her family. She revealed that Trip had decided to finish out his high school career in Alaska to be closer to his dad and the rest of the family. "He's almost 16 years old, and that relationship with his dad is a lot more important than my own selfish desires of having him with his mama forever," Bristol wrote. "I can't talk about it yet without crying, but selfishly praying for a quick year and easy transition for us all." Jenelle Evans likely won't stop posting clickbait. Bristol Palin had Trip with her ex-fiancé Levi Johnston in 2008. They eventually split up in 2010. She went on to welcome 2 daughters, Sailor and Atlee, with her now ex-husband Dakota Meyer. However, they wound up calling it quits in February 2018. Around the time she appeared on Teen Mom, she appeared in 12 episodes of Season 7 before leaving the show for good. According to Bristol, the MTV reality show wasn't for her and took away her peace. At the time, Jenelle reacted to Bristol leaving the show, stating that she assumed she would go back. "Good for her," she wrote on Instagram. This isn't the first time Jenelle Evans has used clickbait posts to earn money, and it probably won't be the last. Recently, she seems to be sharing more of these types of posts in order to increase her earnings. Usually, these kinds of sites pay around $0.01 to $0.50 per click. Since Jenelle has more than 3.1 million followers on social media, she's probably making a good amount of money. Other celebrities have been dragged for using similar tactics in the past. Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Kim Zolciak was blasted for sharing a post that made it seem like her estranged husband died. Fellow Bravo star Teresa Giudice has also been called out for her sharing clickbait. In the cutthroat ecosystem of reality television stardom, the line between sharing a life and selling a story is often perilously thin. For former Teen Mom star Jenelle Evans, that line appears to have been crossed once again, sparking a firestorm of criticism and raising uncomfortable questions about the ethics of monetizing the personal struggles of others. In a recent and now viral Instagram story update, Evans, a figure no stranger to controversy, seemingly used a fellow reality star's deeply personal family moment as a vehicle for clout and cash, crafting a narrative so sensational it left fans and followers reeling. The incident not only highlights a recurring pattern in Evans's social media strategy, but also serves as a stark contrast to the mature and heartfelt response from the actual subject of the story, Bristol Palin, exposing a chasm between 2 very different approaches to life, parenting, and fame in the digital age. The anatomy of a clickbait catastrophe. The controversy erupted with a single, jarring Instagram story. Jenelle Evans, known to her 3.1 million followers for a steady stream of dramatic content, posted a photograph of her former Teen Mom OG co-star, Bristol Palin, affectionately posing with her son, Trip. It was an innocent enough image, but the caption that accompanied it was anything but. "Bristol Palin loses her son," Evans wrote, punctuating the grim declaration with a heartbreak emoji. The language was deliberate, designed to shock, alarm, and compel an immediate click. It implied tragedy, a sudden and devastating loss, preying on the emotions of her audience. Attached to the story was a link, the digital breadcrumb trail leading to the true purpose of the post. The link directed users to an article, but one that didn't detail a catastrophe. Instead, it explained the far more mundane, though emotionally significant reality. Trip Palin was moving to a different high school to be closer to his father. This is the quintessential cash grab tactic that has become a hallmark of Evans's online presence. These monetized articles, often filled with ads and affiliate links, generate revenue based on traffic. Industry estimates suggest these sites can pay anywhere from a fraction of a cent to upwards of 50 cents per click. With a massive following like Jenelle's, a single sensational post can translate into a substantial payday, turning a family's private transition into a public payday for someone else. The method is cynical in its efficiency. Manufacture a crisis, harvest the clicks, and cash the check, all while someone else navigates the genuine emotional fallout. A mother's graceful reality, Bristol Palin's heartfelt announcement. While Jenelle Evans was busy constructing a narrative of loss for profit, the mother at the center of the story was addressing the real-life changes with a level of grace and emotional honesty that stood in stark contrast to the sensationalism. Bristol Palin took to her own social media platforms to share the news with her followers, not as a tragedy, but as a difficult and selfless parenting decision. In a poignant post, she revealed that her son, Trip, now nearly 16 years old, had made the choice to spend the remainder of his high school years in Alaska. He's almost 16 years old, and that relationship with his dad is a lot more important than my own selfish desires of having him with his mama forever. Bristol wrote, her words a testament to putting her child's needs above her own. This statement encapsulates the very essence of co-parenting and sacrifice, a concept completely lost in Evans's reductive and exploitative caption. Palin's vulnerability was palpable as she continued, I can't talk about it yet without crying, but selfishly praying for a quick year and easy transition for us all. Here was a mother acknowledging the pain of her child growing up and moving away, a universal parental experience, yet framing it within the context of what is best for her son. It was a moment of authentic connection, a stark departure from the manufactured drama Jenelle had presented to the world. Bristol wasn't losing her son. She was loving him enough to let him go, a powerful and painful act of motherhood that Jenelle Evans had cynically reduced to a 3-word headline. A tale of 2 teen mom stars. Divergent paths from the MTV spotlight. This incident is more than just a social media spat. It is a revealing case study in the divergent paths taken by 2 women who once shared the same television platform. Jenelle Evans's journey with Teen Mom 2 was a long and tumultuous saga, defined by on-screen arguments, off-screen legal troubles, and a consistently chaotic personal life. Her fame has been inextricably linked to controversy, and since her departure from the show, she has seemingly doubled down on using that notoriety to generate income through these clickbait partnerships. This latest episode with Bristol Palin is not an anomaly but part of an established pattern, a business model built on the backs of others' misfortunes, or in this case, a normal life transition. Bristol Palin's trajectory, by contrast, has been one of deliberate distance from the reality TV machine. Her time on Teen Mom OG was brief, spanning just 12 episodes in Season 7. Her departure was a conscious choice. At the time, she explained that the MTV reality show wasn't for her and that it took away her peace. This decision, made years ago, now resonates powerfully. She chose the well-being of her family over the allure of fame and a steady MTV paycheck. Interestingly, when Bristol left the show, Jenelle Evans publicly commented, "Good for her," a statement that now rings with a hollow irony, given her current actions of dragging Bristol back into the public sphere in such a negative way. Bristol has since focused on raising her 3 children, Trip, and her daughters Sailor and Atlee, with her ex-husband Dakota Meyer away from the constant glare of the reality TV spotlight, a choice that has allowed her to handle her family's private matters with the dignity and privacy they deserve. The uncomfortable trend, monetizing misery in the attention economy. Jenelle Evans is not alone in this controversial practice, though her execution was particularly egregious. The monetization of misery, or at least the illusion of misery, has become a troubling trend among personalities who built their brand on reality television. The attention economy rewards shock value above all else, and some former stars have become adept at manufacturing it. The article provided a key example. Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Kim Zolciak was widely blasted for sharing a post that used a misleading caption to imply her estranged husband, Croy Bierman, had died. Similarly, Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice has frequently been called out for sharing sensationalized clickbait headlines about her family and legal woes.